Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome to It's a Shaw Thing. I'm your host, Rob Shaw. Today we talk some college football. What a weekend we have coming up. In fact, I would argue there are 4 different games that might help determine who is the national champion this season. Well, let's go over the first 2, which may surprise you, by the way. Don't expect the big names that we're accustomed to, such as the Oklahomas or the USCs. No. We're talking about the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, my friend. They are undefeated at 8-0 so far, ranked 19th in the nation. Now, it's one thing to be undefeated in Conference USA, a completely different thing to be undefeated playing at SEC institutions. This weekend, they play at Arkansas. Fortunately for them, Arkansas is not all that great this season. They're kind of rebuilding. In fact, they have just one SEC win all season. It did come in a surprise win over Auburn, and they have been playing better recently, but Tulsa has been incredibly consistent thanks to an unbelievable offense that has not scored fewer than 37 points so far this season. In fact, one game they put up 77 points, and on top of that, they also garner 600 yards of total offense per game. Remarkable. Arkansas does not have the defense to stop them. The question is, will Casey Dick and Michael Smith be able to hang with them? My answer is no, I don't think so. I think Tulsa is somewhat legit. I think they're going to win this game, improve to 9-0, and be ranked within the top 15 of the nation next weekend. Next up, an ACC showdown. FSU at the ATL, that's Georgia Tech. What to expect in this one? Well, we're going to find out, is FSU back on the map, and should they be? They're currently ranked 16th in the nation, had a big win against Virginia Tech, which happens to be one of the 2 teams that Georgia Tech has lost to so far this season. Now, I know most people remember the nationally televised game against Wake Forest earlier in the season, but this is a very different Seminoles club. The fact is they had a bunch of guys returning from suspensions in that game. This time around, very different. All their guys are back. Christian Ponder has evolved as a stellar quarterback option so far this season. This guy's been moving on the ground as well as passing the ball, but the biggest impact has come from the backfield with Anton Smith averaging greater than 70 rushing yards per game. He's got 11 touchdowns. Watch out. FSU is hot, and we're going to find out if they're for real this weekend. If they are, clearly a top 15 team in the nation, perhaps a top 10 team in the nation. This is a big one for them. My gut tells me they're not there yet, so I'm expecting a Georgia Tech win, but beware, this is a big one with plenty of big implications for sure. All right, next up we're talking about, the heavyweights. We're there. UF Georgia, world's largest cocktail party. What to expect in this one? Well, we know the names: Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin for Florida. You got Matthew Stafford, Knowshon Moreno for the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, the memories are very clear. Last year, Knowshon Moreno, 188 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. The year before that, that guy Tim Tebow came off the bench and threw this little jump pass for a touchdown, filling in for Chris Leak. So those are the memories we have, but what will actually happen? I'm going to have to go with the Georgia Bulldogs winning this one. I think they control the tempo. Their defense is very solid. Their offensive line a little weak because of injuries, but I think that their defense is strong enough. They control the tempo. Knowshon Moreno able to dominate this game. I'm expecting a Georgia Bulldogs win. Implications, again, they are huge. Winner of this one likely wins the SEC East. Goes on to compete in the SEC Championship game. Who knows? You win that game, you might have a ticket punch for you in the national championship game. And finally, the last game worth discussing this weekend, and there are plenty of other good ones, but this is perhaps the best, the cream of the crop. We're talking the Battle of Texas. Texas visiting Texas Tech, to be played in Lubbock, Texas. Oh, wow, what 2 offenses we have here. But first off the bat, what a surprise. Who would have thought Texas would return to prominence so quickly, and who would have thought that Texas Tech would be able to put that amazing offense into a winning establishment? And that's exactly what both teams have done so far. There's not a loss between the 2. Now, what to expect? Again, it's going to be a shootout. You're going to see Colt McCoy come out, and he's been remarkably flawless so far this year. Graham Harrell going over for Texas Tech. Last time these 2 went at it, 11 combined touchdowns, over 102 points. Wow, well, not over, it was 102 points. This is going to be a good one, my friends. Who wins? I'm giving the edge to Texas Tech. I'm expecting the underdogs to pull it off. Remember, they have Mike Crabtree, the best playmaker in the game, the best playmaker in the nation in my book, either him or Knowshon Moreno. That guy plays wide receiver for Texas Tech. He won the Biletnikoff Award last season. I expect him to win it once again this year, and most importantly, he's going to have a shot at a national championship. Hey, I'm saying Texas Tech against Penn State. That's what I'm expecting right now. Of course, anything could change. In order to discuss the changes, come back right here at opensports.com on Tuesday. Also, throughout the weekend, you want live scoreboards? Visit us also, opensports.com. Until we meet again, my friends, enjoy this football.
So you think you can tackle a pro? There's only one way to find out. Click on fantasy at opensports.com.